All right, guys, welcome back to Culz Interviews. Today we kind of have a pseudo follow-up with a previous interview, but we're also introducing his entire band. So if you have seen our last interview, we want to welcome Shane back. Shane.
Hey everybody, good to be back.
All right, so last time we saw you, Shane, you had just had your Halloween mixtape come out. So do you want to tell everyone how that did?
Yeah, sure, yeah, it did pretty good. I think I mentioned it before. It was in like the top 20 on iTunes for like that one weekend, and over October, I think it did pretty well. It had lots of streams on Spotify. I will say, I mean, now that we're into kind of the more of the Christmas season, that kind of plateaued, and you know, it has kind of stopped doing so well now. But I mean, it was a Halloween album, so it's like a seasonal kind of a thing.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. We have
Yeah,
that with our videos. They get hot at certain times. I
yeah,
mean, our Darren Williams one does pretty well during the NFL season and obviously around the event, but yeah, it
yeah,
plateaus the summer and stuff.
yeah. And I've got some things in store to kind of keep it going. So
Good,
you know,
good.
yeah.
All right, so everyone that's watching probably knows you, but do you want to introduce who else is joining us today?
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, everyone knows me. I'm Shane, and then we've got the one and only Kyle Chatham here. He's the lead singer and rhythm guitarist. And then we've got personally my favorite bass player in the history of the world, in the history of time, even Mr. Tim Cleary here.
Slapping the bass.
Yes, I forgot. Slap the bass man. Yeah.
All right, so I think you've already kind of gone over your music background, and so we'll let everyone else kind of go over their music background and kind of what got them into this, you know, journey. So I don't know who wants to go first, Kyle or Tim. It's up to you guys.
I'll go first. Yeah, I'm Kyle Chatham. Always just been super into listening to all kinds of music. Mostly grown up with rock and country music. Uh, Played guitar a little bit when I was a kid, then kind of quit for a while, regrettably, and picked back up kind of after high school, and just really mostly just learned at first play basic country songs, Hank Williams, and that stuff. Then kind of delving into just other things as well. Um, and then I was playing open mics, met Shane, luckily, just divine intervention. And he came up to me and introduced himself, and was complimenting me, and we got together, and after, as time went on, we started playing together. After him just like helping me record stuff myself and take me, into his basement with all the instruments and all that, and met Tim that same way, and been in this band and having fun since then.
Awesome, awesome. Tim, what about you?
Well, I'm significantly older than these guys, but I've been playing music since basically high school. Not super successfully. I didn't really get out of the garage with a band until I was probably 28, 29 years old. But it's always just been something I've loved to do. I started off playing guitar just like Kyle. I picked up the bass on my 20th birthday. And as soon as I picked it up and started playing it, I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So since that time, I've been in, I've always, like Kyle, I've enjoyed a variety of music too. I'm really into old country, just like he is. Rock, metal, blues, jazz, reggae. I love all of it. It just puts my mind somewhere else. When we first met Kyle, he was opening for another band that Shane and I were in, and I was super impressed with his singing. And I was like, hey,
Yeah.
buddy, if you need a rhythm section, or you want to do some recording or whatever, we'll play with you. And because he played a couple Sturgill Simpson songs, and Sturgill's a big musical hero. Everybody in the band is a fan of Sturgill, and I was like, I like this guy. He kind of looks like Sturgill too. So I was like, well, we're gonna do something eventually, and we did. So here we are.
And to
Awesome.
comment on Tim's age, we just refer to him as the Gandalf of the band. He's Gandalf.
The Gandalf of the fellowship.
He's our Gandalf.
That's awesome.
Um,
All right, so Shane, you kind of talked about your musical inspirations as far as specific like drummers and stuff. Kyle and Tim, was there anyone you guys kind of modeled your stuff off of?
Yeah, I'll go first again there. Yeah. I get super fanboy about certain dudes, Hank Williams Sr., and the rest of them, Hank 3 and them big influenced me through high school and their songs. But also like love Kurt Cobain and just everything about him and how he did stuff. And then even like Leonard Skinner, Ronnie Van Zant, front man there. Those would be individuals and really bands as well, you know, Skinner and Sabbath, of course.
I say, are you going to mention Sabbath? I wasn't going to say anything.
Nobody could be, nobody is quite the entertainer as Ozzy Osbourne. So those bands and those guys really just always fascinated me. And the last one, I'll never forget Johnny Cash. So those guys, just the way they went about their stuff, the songs that they wrote, and the feelings you get when you listen to them really has always been the forefront for me.
Very cool. Yeah, a lot of those are super inspirational to a lot of musicians, especially like a Johnny Cash or Hank Williams and stuff. Tim, what about you?
If I had to pick top three bass players that are my absolute favorites that I still listen to, even though I've probably heard everything they've played hundreds of times, it'd be Barry Oakley, the Allman Brothers Band, Geezer Butler, Black Sabbath, Steve Harris, Iron Maiden. And of course, like I said, I really like the old country. For a while, I was trying to do the stand-up bass, but it's extremely difficult to amplify those. And sound men aren't crazy about it, but I'm thinking about trying it again.
We should give it another go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a whirl.
As tall as one of them, so it works.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So we kind of touched upon like how the band was like formed between Shane's interview and then Kyle, you touched upon it as well as you, Tim. You guys after that, like how did you guys formally kind of like become what you are now?
You want me to talk a little bit, Kyle?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean, yeah, like you had kind of said, we talked about it in my interview. The old band broke up, and so Kyle and I just kind of started jamming, and it started out as just Kyle and I was just playing like some bongo drums, and Kyle was doing some acoustic guitar and singing. And we kicked around quite a few fun names. It was kind of an ongoing joke. Every time Kyle and I would rehearse, we would come up with some really stupid ass name. I don't remember any of them off the top of my head, but I know they were all inappropriate. And we had wanted something. We kind of thought it was country bluegrass to kind of have like, oh, Kyle Chatham and something, you know. And I think it was my dad and I that kind of came up with the road shots. And I think we had one or two other things, but we just kind of decided that one sounded the coolest.
For a while, we were just one road shot, though. So
yeah, that's true.
About that as well, when we introduced ourselves at the little bars we were playing at, Kyle Chatham and the Road Shots, when there's just one shot.
Yeah, so thank God we found Tim, because then we could finally be plural.
Well, the thing was too, it was really cool when they were doing open mics. You know, just the two of them. It had a very cool, laid back kind of vibe. But I really wanted Shane back on the kit. You know, because he really hits them. You know, he hits them hard. You know, with musicality. So I was like, okay, here's the deal. I'll do it, but I want the full kit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
so.
that.
Yeah. I think. I love the way Shane plays the congas and the bongos and the cajon and all that stuff. He plays the shit out of them. But when the guy gets on the kit, just makes the hair on my arm stand up.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Tickles your pickle.
Yeah, and then it tickles your pickle. Wow. Okay. And then yeah, we have actually, and then after that, we do have Chase. He's not here. He does some lead guitar for us. He actually just had a baby, so he's been kind of busy doing other things. So we've been kind of he's busy being a dad right now.
And it was yeah, when Tim, I remember him saying that about getting Shane back on the kit, which it's great because Shane yeah, it just rocks it out. So but it was great getting Tim. I was super excited about it. I remember, can't remember like the exact order, but I just remember like him like thinking about it, or like he came and hung out with us once, just and I was like he's got, you got to do that. So
Yeah, it was at Antero Hall. It was our first
yeah,
gig with Tim.
yeah. On top of having the bass and him in the band like that, it's just great hanging out with these two and messing around.
Yeah, I was thinking actually, I don't think we've all seen each other since we were actually all together at Moonshine Band. And Keegan was there and Matt was there.
I know.
So I don't think we've actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've actually all hung out really at all since then. No?
You guys did really well that night, though. I will say that.
Thanks. Thank
Definitely
you.
felt
Yeah.
like, yeah, it felt like the best thing. I was super excited going home that night. It was yeah, it felt really good. It was a really fun night. They right before we played, we were only supposed to play half an hour, and they came up, asked us if we'd do 45 minutes, which that's always good. So
Yeah.
especially with how good it was feeling, it really worked out that we got to kind of keep rolling for a couple extra songs because it was feeling so good. It wasn't like we were trying to just get off stage because we were, it was feeling really good. So that worked out.
Yeah, from my perspective, at least from me and Matt being in the crowd was
Sunshine
super amped
Studios
for you
is
guys.
such a cool venue too.
Acoustics in there was really nice. I did enjoy that. I like some of the smaller ones compared to like when the bands do like bigger open air stadiums and stuff. I think it loses some of it.
For sure. I hear you there. I hear you.
So you guys obviously opened up for Moonshine Bandits.
Yeah.
What's like, what bands have you guys opened up for and played with and that kind of stuff?
Moonshine Bandits and Jake Lacoste. I think you actually got his autograph that night, if I remember.
Yeah, he was super nice. Hung out with us for a little.
Moonshine Bandits. We did open up for Struggle Jennings, Waylon Jennings' grandson. That was pretty cool. Who else have we opened up for, Kyle?
Yeah, then just some more local bands that some of them we got friends in. Couple times we played with my good friends, Strings in the Box. My pretty good buddy Dan Camus is the lead singer of that one, and these guys have met them and we hung out. They're really cool. They've done played some different places around Denver. So they're a good bluegrass outfit to look out for if you see their name.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check them out at some point.
Yeah.
So there's got to be like nothing like the live show, right? When you're out there playing in front of the crowd, they're just like super amped up. It's got to amp you guys up even more.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tim and I, we've been playing. How long have we been playing music together, Tim? It's been like 5 years now, probably.
5 or 6 years now, yeah. But yeah, it's all about playing live for me. I mean, it's fun to record, and it's great to hear like something like a finished product and listen to it. But there's nothing like the live crowd, seeing that, seeing the faces, seeing people, hearing people cheer and stuff like that. For me, that's what does it.
I'm the same with Tim. Yeah, I mean, playing
it's never about the money. It's about your ego and seeing women kick their butts.
Yeah, everybody. No, Tim. We always joke. We're like, "Hey, come be a musician. You could literally make $12.
Yeah, playing live.
Dozens of dollars annually.
yeah, annually. Yeah, it's these guys were doing it and doing it well. In their previous bands, like when I went to see them, and we were kind of playing at the same bars I was doing with mics at, and they would have actual shows there, and they were doing great for a while. But for me, playing in front of people and playing live is a lot newer, especially a crowd like at Sunshine Studios. Like to me is that it's the most people, and something like that. And yeah, there really is an energy, and it's pretty awesome. It's really cool, and it makes it worth it all the times. Years ago, before I played in front of people, just playing alone, practicing in a room. Like, when am I? It's almost like, when are you ever going to use this? Like, it's like you're doing this homework for, like, am I ever going to take the test?
Yeah.
Uh, so then, getting out there, playing my first open mics with a couple people, and then now getting to do cool shows that these, being with these guys.
So what's your guys' like most memorable show that you've done? Is it the one with Moonshine Bandits, or is there another one that maybe sticks in your mind a little bit more?
That one was pretty awesome. I think that was
I'd say
definitely,
Moonshine Bandits.
yeah,
And Bandits.
yeah, that was definitely the
I
most.
think we had our best sound. The
Yeah.
sound guys at Sunshine are super classy. They know what
Yeah.
they're doing, and I was
Yeah.
just really happy with the way it came out, that show. And I'm glad we're actually, putting out an EP of it. However many songs end up on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, actually, it's funny. I think we all kind of talked after that set. We were like, that's probably the best set we've ever done, and it was definitely the biggest show we had ever done, opening up for Moonshine Bandits. Maybe the biggest crowd we did. I don't know if we had a bigger crowd at Struggle or not. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely the best one. But I've also had, like, so much fun that we've done, like, little things at, like, the Celtic Tavern.
Oh yeah,
In
we played
Parker.
my birthday at the Celtic once. That was
Yeah.
that was a pretty rowdy evening.
Right. It's just different. Like, obviously, I'd rather, the big shows at concert halls, like, that's what you're wanting to do. But those, nights where you're playing 2.5 or 3 hours and a couple sets, and you're just, like, standing in the bar with people, and there's that kind of energy, and, friends, and everybody's just kind of sitting around, and, you're drinking, and it's
Definitely drinking.
so those are
Yeah, we've had some
those
good
are
times.
fun.
We've had some good times at the Celtic House in
Oh my
Parker.
gosh,
Yeah.
too good. Well, if there's a such thing as too good, we were right on the fence there.
Yeah, it's a very fine line, I think. Do you guys have any like dream venues? I know Shane kind of told us one he really wanted to play at. What about you guys?
You too.
And the bigger the better. I don't want to get ahead of myself and say like the Mission Ballroom or something like that, but you just never know. That's what's fun about music. It's not like, sports where you get to a certain point where you're too physically old and can't do it. You can play music till you die. So I say we just keep rolling and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think you guys are hitting a good stride right now. I think you guys will definitely have some good things in the future. And speaking of the future, you guys have something very special. Do you guys want to talk about it?
Yeah. So actually it was recorded live from the Moonshine Bandits. So actually, straight off of the board, they recorded us from the show that you guys were at, and I took the sound that we got from that show, and I came down to the basement, and I kind of did some magic mixing and mastering it to make it sound a lot better. And it's just 3 songs, but it's 3 songs written by Kyle. He wrote them, so I'm kind of pass it off to him, and he might want to kind of tell about his songwriting and all that if he wants to talk specific.
Well, no, it's these songs, from Sunshine Studios. So it's what I think was, our best feeling show. And then, the songs that I wrote, which is really awesome, to kind of get those on, out there where other people can hear them, is the coolest thing, about that, because, that's pretty brand new, to have something recorded that's just accessible for everybody to play, other than our live videos of us playing. So, one of them is gonna be, Rock Bottom. That's the oldest one. Wrote that a few years ago. Was actually kind of doing that by myself at my open mics, but I never could hear it the same now without Shane's drum coming in. to it, which made it awesome. And then Trying to Feel Alive, which is the title track for it. Alive. I like what Shane came up with there. It's like Kiss Alive, you know,
Yeah.
because it's a live recording. But yeah, that one's just kind of a crazy, fast-paced, ruckus, kind of getting my style from listening to a lot of like Hank 3 and Hellbound Glory, those kind of bands. It's a fun one, real fast. And then third one there, Whiskey in the Morning song, wrote just a couple years ago, which really like, because I feel like it's more kind of traditional style country song that I've written, and like the pace of it and what Tim's doing on the bass there on it, and I think we all you know, like I'm proud of the songs that wrote, but then on all three of them, what Shane brought in on the drums and Tim's doing on the bass, I think we all just added such great pieces to those. So those are songs, and yeah, live from Sunshine Studios. Excited for those to get out.
Yeah, I know Tim's bass line on Rock Bottom gets stuck in my head all the time. I'll find myself humming that one all the time. And it was funny because talk about it was hard to produce everything because Tim's bass it was like right.
Loud.
It was loud. Tim was slapping it that night.
Yeah, and big thanks to, I mean, we got to talk about how Shane does so much of it for the band in the background with everything, but putting this together, doing the technical work that I can't, I don't know what to do. So Shane's the man, mixing that together, and he's always put together the videos and all that. So he's kind of putting these things to life and making it possible with his work. So drummer by day and digital recording studio by night.
Yeah, Shane, do you want to go into a little bit about like the after, like all the editing and stuff you have to do to put this together?
Yeah, so I'll start. The artwork was designed by my friend Rob. He's a rapper named Morbid. That's like his stage name. And so I kind of did the artwork, and then I edited the kind of the titles into it. But as far as editing goes, like I was saying, at the end of the Moonshine Bandits show, actually, you know what? I got it right here. They literally handed me a flash drive of the audio on it, and I came down here and I put that into my software. And it was kind of hard to edit because, it's hard to explain, but music producer people kind of understand. It was all one track, like everything. Me, Tim, and Kyle were all on one track, so I had to edit it all that way. Usually you have just like I was saying, Tim's bass was super loud, and usually you would just go in and like turn the volume of the bass down. But because it was all one track, I couldn't do that because then I was turning everything down. So I really just, honestly, it took me one day. My dad came and helped me do it. And we just sat down and kind of put like some EQs on everything. And I sat, and there's like 100 of them. And I kept going through them and replaying the song until, oh, well, this turned the bass down, but it didn't completely screw up Kyle's voice, and I'm still in it, kind of a thing. So I mean, it wasn't hard. It was just a time-consuming process of just sitting there. And honestly, once I got the first one done, it was pretty much like, oh, now I'm just going to do the same thing to the other two. And that's what I did. And I mean, honestly, it probably took me like, my dad and I probably sat down here for like 4 or 5 hours and just kind of went through it, and then it was all done. And then after that, I just, we put it out through our distributors, and so it was going to all the iTunes and stuff like that. And I mean, that was pretty much the whole process. Now we're just waiting for New Year's Eve.
Shout out to Mr. Smith on that too.
Yeah, Mr. Smith, he's around here somewhere. Maybe he'll come make an appearance. Like I said, I was editing everything, and once I got one done, I kind of did the other two, and it came together. And it, like I was saying, it just was like kind of a days long process, and that was kind of it. And now we're just waiting for New Year's Eve so it can come out.
And do you want to tell people where they can find it? That way, they can go
Yeah.
listen to it.
Absolutely, actually, yeah. So it's available on iTunes right now for pre-order. It's like $3, and the more people you can pre-order it on iTunes, you can do. I think it's just Spotify and Amazon are out right now. And actually, I don't know if I've told Tim or Kyle, I'm working on getting some physical CDs made, but I'm having some technical difficulties with that, so that might be more of a January thing. But there will be physical CDs that come out.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you what, pre-save it on Spotify and those things, Shane?
Yeah, so you pre-save on Spotify. There's like a thing you can go to our Instagram, Facebook, and find. And then on iTunes, you can just search our band name and just pre-order it.
Very cool. Yeah, and I know people can find you on more things than just like iTunes and Spotify, but also like Instagram or Facebook and YouTube. Do you want to like kind of share some of those pages as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we've got our MySpace, Keegan.
Do you really?
No.
I thought you went and made it after our conversation.
No. No, I'm sorry. That's a bad joke.
Take me back to 7th grade, dude.
7th grade. I need to go emo again.
YouTube thinks I'm still emo, at least by their song choices they give me.
I don't know. Yeah, we've got Instagram. We do have Twitter. I don't really do much on Twitter, to be honest, but we do have one. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Kyle Chatham and the Road Shots. I think that's it, honestly.
Yeah, we'll go through and link them all in the description so people can find them as well.
Yeah. Kyle has a TikTok.
A TikTok.
I'm behind the times. But I believe Kyle Chatham and the Road Shots on like Tinder and everywhere.
Look us up on Grindr.
Do you guys have any like super crazy band stories or anything like that? Like
any super crazy bands?
Not that we can share.
There's secrets. There's got to be secrets among us.
We'll have to talk about that one afterwards.
Off air, yeah.
No, that's off air.
Yeah.
The only one that comes to mind for me, I'll be honest, is we did play at my birthday, like we were talking about the Celtic, and I had quite an evening that night because it was my birthday. I just had a real good time.
But, you gotta have a good time.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have any fun stories that we've had? I can't really think of too many.
I mean, all the nights hanging out and the nights at the Celtic or the Tap House or wherever are always fun. And then a lot of favorite times are just when we're rehearsing and hanging out in Shane's basement and just our conversations amongst ourselves. And I like to insert new lyrics into songs sometimes just to keep them on their toes, and things like that they're fun.
It was cool. We Tim and Kyle, when we played at Antero, we all signed the wall, didn't we?
We did. That felt pretty cool.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
That was a good one too, because we opened for what's that band called? Celtic something?
Oh, Celtic Chaos, Colorado.
Chaos? Yeah, they're a hoot.
They are cool. Yeah, and there's like a backstage area, and I guess it's like a tradition that the bands all like sign their names on the wall. So all three of us signed that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We did get to play like 2 Decembers ago at your mom's house downtown.
Yeah.
And I think we all had fun for a month and a half, just going around saying, see you at your mom's house.
Hey, guess where I'm going tomorrow? I'll be at your mom's house.
And that was a cool place.
Yeah.
Played with our friend Strings in the Box. That was cool to play at that place downtown. So shout out your mom's house.
Everyone has been to your mom's house.
If you haven't, you should, right?
And if you haven't been to your mom's house, then you should.
It's
Check
really hard to park at your mom's house too.
Yeah,
You know what? That's the
you gotta
truth.
go in the rear.
You got. Oh my God. It's, you know what? Sadly, that's actually true.
Yeah, I'd come in the back door there.
So here's a question. I don't think I even asked you, Shane, last
Yeah.
time. But I like kind of getting, different people's perspective when they watch different media, like movies or TV shows that relates to what they do. So you guys obviously play music. So do you judge movies that are like music related based on how they're playing, or maybe they're not playing right, or they use the wrong terminology or stuff like that?
Tim, what do you say?
I've been, I love music movies, whether it be like a documentary featuring the actual band, or like a biopic with actors and actresses, whatever. But yeah, I think everybody that plays an instrument kind of watches somebody else's hands, on the movie screen, and they're like, they're not, they're like, he might have taken a couple of guitar lessons, but he's really not doing it right. That kind of stuff I noticed for sure. But recently I watched the Beatles Get Back, and that was
amazing,
really long. I mean, it was like watching
yet.
rehearsal for a long time. I haven't finished it yet because it is so long, but it's interesting,
And where's that one at?
to watch those guys actually.
That's on
That is
Disney
on,
Plus, right?
Is it
It was.
Disney Plus? Correct. Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, I love.
Peter Jackson.
It's
I've
like
always-
3.5 hours long.
I've always loved movies like music movies. Speaking of the Beatles, Across the Universe is a great one there. That's got a bunch of songs in it. And great movie, but one that was really stuck out to me, and I really kind of influenced me into kind of music type of music I listen to and stuff, is Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and I thought he did a great job playing Johnny Cash. Looked a lot like him and whatnot.
He sure
and
did.
that movie I've watched hundreds of times, and I was in middle school, ish, and so that Johnny, that really, I had heard Johnny Cash, listen to it, but that like influenced me to see that story and all that. So yeah, those biopics are movies like that, usually pretty awesome. Sometimes they can be bad though, like you see, and it's just like they don't even look like they're doing it right, but when they're done well, it's awesome. Freddie Mercury's one, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I recently just saw, actually, Tim, I think you asked me about it, and I had like never even heard of it. Was one drum beat at a time, or one beat at a time, or no? Count Me In is what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's a great one.
Count Me
Yeah.
In is a documentary about drummers, and that one was a good one. But I mean, it was just fun to watch.
Yeah, recently I watched one. What's it called? Like Into the Nevers, in the Never. It's Dane DeHaan and Metallica.
Huh.
And
I
so it
haven't heard of it.
tells like a fictional story at the same time Metallica's playing their set. It's
What is it called?
interesting. I think it's In the Never.
I've never heard of this one, Tim. Tim's our resident Metallica guy. I feel like.
It's not some kind of monster, right? No.
No, let me look it up. It's older. I think it's like maybe 10 years old. Let me check. Through the Never.
I haven't
Oh,
heard
I
of that either.
haven't seen that. Yeah, that's on the list though.
Oh, okay. Through the Never.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. I actually found it pretty cheaply at Second and Charles, so I picked it up. So
There you go. I'll have to check that out.
yeah, it's not bad. So do you guys have like any shows you watch music related? There's probably not too many. Usually most music ones are just like what they do in their normal lives, like Gene Simmons or something like that.
Well, I did watch. You know, a big fan of Ozzy. It wasn't really, I guess, a music show, but it was Ozzy. Him and his son. Like Ozzy and Jack's World
Austin
Tour.
Jack's World Tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. Them just going random places and just being Ozzy, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So,
Yeah, and that's actually the one I was gonna say. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a
that's
really
gonna-
good. There's a really good Skinner one called "If I Leave Here Tomorrow," which is on Netflix. And I was going to tell you to see that one, Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know you're a big Skinner guy.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
I haven't even heard of that. Yeah, I need to watch that myself.
Yeah.
You guys ever been out to like the site where Skinner's accident happened or anything like that?
No, not exactly. I mean, they crashed in Mississippi. I have family down. I've been to Mississippi, but I, never like ventured there. No, that would be, that, or like, like going to like Hank Williams' grave in Alabama. Those would be things that, I'd want to do in the future, definitely.
I've been to Graceland 10 times.
There you
Jim
go.
has been to Graceland 10 times.
Yeah, there you go.
Is Graceland pretty cool then?
Yeah, it is. I'm going again. I have family in Memphis, so I'm going again.
Oh,
I'll be
cool.
leaving
Yeah, I
probably-
went to school in Kentucky, so I always had that urge to just take a drive down there and check it out.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
And
What about you, Shane?
What's that?
Any spots you want to go check out music related?
Oh gosh, I mean, off the top of my head, nothing really comes to mind. I mean, because a lot of them are in Nashville, but I've been there.
Yeah.
So no, nothing comes off the top of my head. I mean, I'd love to go see. I really want to go see Bradley Noel's grave from Sublime. I've always wanted to go there, but I haven't.
I'm assuming that's in Anaheim or Orange County, right?
It's probably in Long Beach, something like that. Yeah.
LA's pretty cool. LA's magical and scary.
Yeah, speaking of California, like I know because Shane knows we do the paranormal stuff. A lot of people have told us to go like investigate the Viper Room.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure you'd find something crazy there.
Oh yeah. That'd be a cool spot. Sure.
What is the Viper Room?
It's where like River Phoenix died. It's where a lot of like the celebrities would hang out, and musicians and stuff in West Hollywood.
Okay.
Johnny Depp owned it in the 90s.
Oh, is that spot with the Hollywood vampires?
Yes.
With that band with Alice Cooper and all that? Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
know
think
what we're
they
talking about. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they
Okay.
played.
Other bands played there, yeah.
Yeah.
I would also, especially with the recently watching the Beatles documentary, want to go walk across Abbey Road. As a
Oh, that would be cool.
go to London. But I've always wanted to go over there, and a big reason why is music. What's that?
That's a long flight.
That's a long flight, but
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there just because so many of my Ozzy and Sabbath and obviously the Beatles and so many other great bands, being from England, and then so seeing a lot of spots out there would be a dream too.
Just like to take a second. We've got a very special guest with us today.
Slow turn for dramatic.
The suspension builds.
What is going on?
I take yours too. You find a mustard and get it through.
Say hey to Eddie from Iron Maiden's in the house.
Oh my!
Hi, children. Welcome to the show.
Nice.
Sorry, Keegan, I had to do it.
That's good. No, I remember we talked about doing something last time.
I know. Last time we were talking about doing it, it's like, dude, you got to do it this time so you can be in the video this time.
That would I still wish we would have had that Bigfoot walk behind us and like we don't even like mention it or
Didn't
anything.
even notice it.
Actually, it's not Eddie. It's just my dad.
It's Mr. Crumpet. Come to steal the good and bad children.
It's funny.
All right. Sorry. Had to do it. Got to keep that in the video.
Oh, I'll keep it in the video.
Yeah. I would keep the appearance in there.
Well, this has been really fun. I
Yeah.
enjoy like hearing all the stories and stuff. It's always really fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So obviously, people are gonna go check out your new stuff. I know you're gonna be out of commission for a little bit, but
Yeah.
later next year, do you think you guys will be back to playing for shows and stuff?
I sure as hell hope so. You got to talk to these guys if they're still gonna hang out with me.
For sure.
Oh yeah, definitely ready to go for sure. So yeah, check out it's great to be getting these songs out there from our big show that we had a great time at, and these are our own songs that we've all put our pieces to, and so it's awesome to get these out there for everybody to listen to.
Yeah, I'm excited to go re-listen to it, especially with headphones and stuff, and
Yeah.
see what it is. And I'll put links to like your Spotify and everything as well. Do you guys have anyone you guys want to talk about before we end this off or anything? Give a shout out to.
Yeah, I know me specifically, I got an American background. So shout out to America first and foremost.
Yeah.
Love to give a shout out to my wife Brittany and my dad. Obviously, he's the true Krampus here. I wanted to make sure I gave a special shout out this time. In my previous interview, I kind of failed to give him as much love as I could have. Sean Page is a local drummer. Tim knows him, and he is like a local legendary drummer. He plays in a band called Fragile X, and he actually did some piano and some vocals on my album, as well as produced a lot of things that I've done over the years. So I just wanted to make sure that I gave a big old shout out to Sean Page of Fragile X. And yeah,
Shout out.
yeah.
What about you, Kyle or Tim?
Keegan, I just want to thank you for having us on, man. This is really fun. It's
Yeah, for sure.
super cool of you to help us with the promoting of the band and stuff like that. We really appreciate it. It's let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get together. Hopefully after the holidays when we can all be in the same room and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, I enjoy this, and I enjoy like, the whole purpose of this series was to really help, showcase people I think deserve some more love than, they've been getting. So hopefully we can get you guys some, more followers and likes and subscriptions and stuff like that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah. Kyle, you want to give any shout outs?
Oh yeah, no, thanks, Keegan. This is
course.
fun. This is cool to do. And just shout out to these two, Shane and Tim. And yeah, been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and thank you guys for joining us. And who knows, we'll see. Maybe next Halloween we'll do a big special together. I know
Yeah.
we're working on some stuff with some other YouTubers, so maybe we can all kind of tie it together.
That would be cool.
Yeah, there's
And I'll
your
be
Abbey
doing a
Road.
lot. What's that?
I saw the Abbey Road picture.
Yeah, my dad's. And Keegan, I'll be doing a lot of recovering for the next couple months. So if you want to like do something just for fun, do a video game review or something, let me know.
Yeah, for sure. No, like I said, we're getting into like some film essays and stuff like that. The group wants to do some video game stuff, so we'll see
Yeah.
what we do for sure.
All right. Sounds
Nothing.
good. Shout out to this guy.
Shout out. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. All the best.
We just wanted to say thank you again to Kyle, Shane, and Tim for joining us on this latest Culz Interviews. If you want to see more Culz Interviews, click that link to your left. If you want to see more about what we're doing here at Culz Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know What was your favorite part of the interview today?